Hello everybody, and welcome back for more Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, and welcome back to Traverse Town! Again! So, anyways, so in the last episode, we stumbled across this hoodman, or we went to Castle Oblivion, and then as we found it the hard way, we forgot our spells and all that, and so now we're basically revisiting some places here, only except that we're actually still supposedly inside Castle Oblivion, and it's, well, you know, I don't know, everything's bizarre. Everything's all confusing here. It's gonna be a lot worse from here. But I think now would be a good time to go ahead and, well, there's a lot of things to talk about here. So, whenever you enter a new room, this is actually gonna be our very first room in this world here. And so, yeah, it's basically talking about the basics here for what you can do in each of the rooms. So, basically what it is there, we'll actually see once we get to the next room because there's gonna be something going for it because there's another door up ahead. So whenever you're in a room, you'll see, yeah, there's a shadow right here. It's one of the Heartless, which is, called a shadow. What we can do here is that it's going to go and, kind of start talking about the combat whenever you do start finding the Heartless. What we can do is that we can just take this crate here and then throw it at it. Oh, hey, I got it. I thought I missed for a second here. Yeah, so whenever you throw something at the Heartless, then they actually get stunned for a bit here. And so you basically get the first strike. And you actually do the same thing whenever you whack them with the Keyblade. So what it is here is that, whenever you get the first strike, then it'll actually go straight into battle. Now, it's actually, the whole battle system is pretty different from Kingdom Hearts 1, where instead of just having to fight the Heartless in the overworld itself, here you're actually taking this battlefield, or this arena itself, and that's where you fight it from there. But, yeah, whenever you see the Heartless in the overworld, and then you whack them on the head with the Keyblade, then they get stunned when in battle, so that gives you a better chance to actually go and fight them. And so, yeah, it's actually showing off, how the whole battle system works. And so, each time you, whenever you hit some enemies, sometimes, where they disappear, and then some cards will pop out, usually some friend cards. Such as, with Donald and Goofy here. And what I just got was Goofy, well, the Goofy card. And so, when you use the Goofy card, he'll use the Goofy Tornado, and he's very lovely when it does that there. It's so nice seeing that. Because, Goofy's always been a team player to us, and that's why I always go for him. And so each time you win a battle, then you're basically given a room card. And so this is actually where it shows off the room card itself here. So this here is Moment's Reprieve, which is basically a save point. And so when you get to a door, you press the triangle button to actually get to the door. And in the GBA version, you actually whack the door to get it to open here. You're just by smacking it. But here, just simply press the triangle button. So what it shows here is that it'll actually show what kind of card value you have to use to get to the next room. So let's say, for instance, this store here shows a card value of 1. So basically, you need to find a room card where it shows a value of 1 or above. So it can actually be like anything more than 1. And so when it shows a white border, it depends on the whole color of the white border, or whichever borders there are here. So for the white border, you can actually use any kind of color card there is. But there's actually 3 of those. There's red cards, which are basically the Heartless cards. Blue cards, which is basically like some kind of a rest stop basically here, or a save point, kind of like the one I'm using. And I kind of jumped cut here because I actually ended off that previous recording session here. That was from the first episode, but this one I actually started a new recording session. So yeah, Moment's Reprieve, this is actually where you can save your game. If you ever, feel like you want to take a break from all this right here, then just use that Moment's Reprieve card, and then you can just save your progress, and then that's how you take a break. But yeah, so the blue cards are basically like, some kind of rest areas. And then green cards, they actually give you some bonuses here, like, some new bonus cards or some different games for cards, or maybe some Heartless that you can battle. That'll give you some extra cards here, too. And so this enemy card here is Tranquil Darkness, where basically a few Heartless will start to appear. So there's actually not much going for it, though. I would recommend that you come across, explore around the room and see if you can come across any kind of Heartless that there is here. Mainly for the sake of getting more experience. Because, that's what I usually like to do here. But of course, whenever you defeat some of the Heartless here, then they'll actually drop some diamonds right here. And that's basically your experience points. So you want to make sure to pick those up. They can't disappear after enough time passes, so you want to make sure to pick up as much as you can, though, if you want to get some good experience points for the level up, like I just did here. Alright, so yeah, this is where the Heartless are actually just will just go and fight with their own kind of cards. So yeah, so as I've already explained, you want to make sure to that your card value is actually a little higher than their kind of number cards here. 0 cards, make sure that they can actually just go ahead and just make sure you use that whenever your enemy is actually using their cards, and so that actually breaks them completely. And so we got Teaming Darkness. So this is actually how the whole level up works. We have HP boost, CP boost, and slates. So slates, as we'll probably see in a minute here. Slates, if you actually just, it's basically some sort of moves that you can get depending on what kind of number cards you have. And so if you press the triangle button during battle, and so you can actually get up to 3 here. And yeah, as you can see, I'm actually earning a trophy here. I'll explain that in a minute here because it seems I'm actually playing this for the first time though. Even though I have played Chain of Memories, both the GBA and Re-Chain of Memories for a fair few times. All right, next up we have Red Nocturnes and Blue Rhapsodies, and you know they'll use like a fire-based magic and ice-based magic respectively. And also we have soldiers. And what I just used here was the ether, so basically, you know, if you use the ether, then actually reload your cards instantaneously instead of having to use the black slot. And so yeah, this is actually how you use you know, the 3-pack of cards, you know, basically for slate, so which actually gives you some certain moves. And we have Sorcerer's Walking. So whenever you use the pack of 3 cards, what happens is that you know, you'll be able to use all 3 of the cards at once, and it actually adds up to the number of cards that you know, that gives you a higher boost of cards. And you actually jump into the battles here because, you know, because of how this whole thing works, then I'm actually just going to go ahead and, you know, jump into the battles, only for the hard list that we've already encountered. The other kind of new hard list we had not yet encountered, I'll at least show those battles off here, so that's kind of how the whole thing works. So yeah, one thing to be careful about, like when you're using a 3-pack of cards, is that, you know, like slates for instance, is that whenever you use the first card will actually disappear completely. They'll explain more about it whenever they do more tutorials, because there's going to be more tutorials here. But yeah, it's kind of like I guess that's about all there is here. And this is actually this is actually where you actually customize your deck or your current deck for the cards. So if you want to put in new cards or just swap them around, and that's what you do. So you know, just add it for your deck here. And yeah, just got a novice deck builder here for a trophy. So, yeah, we're still in Tranquil Darkness here. There's also another one called Teeming Darkness, which means more Heartless will actually show up, like, you know, more than ever. So whenever you're in a new room, you want to make sure to explore around, like, not only for defeating some Heartless if you want to get any experience, but there's also some different objects or some decorations that you can whack with a Keyblade. And it can actually give you either some different cards or new cards, or they can also give you some HP orbs or some red orbs called Moogle orbs or Moogle points. And Moogle points, you know, we'll get to that in probably in the next world, something like that. Though I don't know when exactly, but yeah, this is something we'll definitely get to though, and so we'll see here. But yeah, you want to make sure to pick up as many of those Moogle points as you can though, because this is especially helpful if you want to get some new cards there too. There's also some question mark barrels here too. If you actually throw question mark barrels at the Heartless, then they get pretty confused, and it actually does affect them in battle. So. Alright, so if you see a door that has a crown on it, then this is actually a plot door. So yeah, that means plot progression. So whenever that happens, you're actually given a gold card after each time you go through plot. So we can see that we have a white border card with a value of 1 or above. So you want to make sure to find something with more than 1 or just 1 exactly. It would be recommended to actually use the kind of use some kind of room card that you actually don't plan on using anytime soon, or you know, or one that you don't really want to use, or if you have, you know, more than one of those, one of the same ones, then you actually just you could probably afford to give away, and then you just use that gold card right there, which is actually some kind of a key card. What it is? Yeah, key card. It's like, you know, getting access to something. And so we have the next kind of plot progression here, and things are going to get even more messy from here on out, which you'll probably see. Fighting alone isn't as easy as I thought. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to deal with that, so... Oh, yes, this is actually something that's never brought up again, though, but... Ah! Don't pop out of nowhere like that! Hey, that's not our fault! We don't know what's going on! Oh, yeah! Yeah, please excuse my rather mediocre voice. I can't even do the Donald Duck voice, as you can see here, as you can probably tell. Pluto? Things keep getting stranger. What's Pluto doing here? There's nothing strange about that. We came to Traverse Town with Pluto, didn't we? Did we? Well, I mean, we kind of lost sight of him because, well, we couldn't keep up with the damn dog. No, wait! According to my journal, it was before you met Sora that you came to town with Pluto. What? He's right! We were chasing after Pluto, and that's how we ended up at Castle Oblivion. But aren't we in Traverse Town? Well, it's not really Traverse Town. I think the car created this Traverse Town inside Castle Oblivion. Who cares about all that? It's too confusing. The whole franchise is a nutshell. I don't know where we are, but let's just keep moving forward defeating Heartless. We'll get somewhere. You better be careful, or it's the Heartless that are going to defeat you. Oh, I know somebody with a massive amount of belts. Yeah, so many belts here. It's Leon, or Squall. Squall, Leon, Heart, something. It's just Squall, but he's just called Leon. Leon, it's you! What are you doing at Castle Oblivion? Castle Oblivion? What are you talking about? This is Traverse Town. And how do you know my name? Who are you? What? Oh, okay, that's strange. I never met the likes of you before. Quit playing, Leon. We all fought the Heartless together. You know that. Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know your names. You don't? Oh, sorry. You don't? I forgot it was Goofy. I thought it was Sora. Sorry. I can't believe it. How can you have forgotten about us? I feel for you, but you've got the wrong guy. Happens all the time. Don't take it so personally, Sora. Okay, yeah, this is where this is all like some kind of like bullshit that doesn't make any sense. And this also never gets brought up either. You do know his name! Now, hold on. Why do I know your name? You think Leon's just kidding around? If he is, it's not funny. Sora's really upset. Who's kidding around, Goofy? You and Donald are the ones who... Hey! I don't get it. Something's wrong with my memory. What's happening here? You tell me. I don't know, Leon. Maybe Aerith was onto something after all. Oh, hey, it's Yuffie. Yeah, this whole thing is, like, you know, oh, wait, I don't know. Oh, wait, yes, I do. I don't know. I don't know what that is here. She says she sensed some uncanny kind of power, and asked us to look into it. Well, this is as uncanny as it gets. Maybe you should take Sora to see Aerith. Yuffie, you know my name. Yep, looks like you know mine too. You know him? Nope, total stranger, but I definitely know his name. Strange, yes, but convenient. We can skip the introductions. Oh boy. How is it that you can accept a situation so easily? I don't get you. Well, I'm gonna run ahead and fill Aerith in. Leon, you should give them the grand tour. See you later. Yeah, so, well, I'm probably gonna rant about this, like, you know, when we actually, you know, when we get back to the gameplay here. I guess there's no use pondering over it. Come on, follow me. But there are Heartless wandering around town. I better teach you how to protect yourself in battle. Alright, so this is actually another tutorial that he's going to show us here. So, basically, he's actually showing us how the numbers work. I've already explained what it was here. I probably could have skipped that if I wanted to, but I guess I didn't do so this time. So, I mean, might as well just, you know, kind of humor here. So, yeah, he's basically just going to go and teach us about the, like, you know, how, or number cards and how they work, actually. Yeah, something I've already explained before. This is actually where he also teaches us about the slates, so let's see how the slates are. Yeah, like I said, you know, I've already kind of explained how the, how slates work as well by, you know, just pressing the triangle button. I think in GBA Chain of Memories, I think you could just press the, was it both the shoulder buttons, or was it one certain button? Again, I can't exactly remember. It's been a long time since I last played the GBA version, because, you know, because now it's, like, you know, a bit more prominent to play Rechain of Memories than the GBA one, because, you know, I mean, you know, maybe if you're curious, then you can probably give it a try, though, but yeah, he's also talking about the zero cards here, which is, you know, how you're supposed to, like, make sure, you know, when it's a good time to use the zero cards. So, like, you know, when an enemy is already using a card, or if they're actually using their own slates, then the zero card is your best friend for that one, though. So use that, and it'll actually completely break their cards at all costs. So yeah, use those, and especially if they're actually using their Desperation slates here. So yeah, zero cards are definitely the best way to go, especially for boss fights. Yeah, boss fights are definitely the best kind of times for using the zero cards. And so yeah, so now it talks about stocking cards, which is, you know, basically just, you know, stocking up to a value of 3. So yeah, stock any of those 3 cards. So if you press the triangle button, you also press the L2 button to cancel the stock cards here if you want to go back to just using regular cards. And so yeah, value is usually hard to break, and the combo attacks deal a lot of damage. Don't back, show me. Oh yeah, so I'm not sure if you ever explained it. I guess I didn't really pay attention to see. Element plus R1 use 1 to 3 stock cards, so you can actually just use one of them here. So yeah, those are the pack 3 cards, basically like, you know, combo attacks. So you just use them all at once, and you actually just gain the upper hand here. And then yeah, now is where he talks about slates. And so yeah, I already leveled up one of the slates here, so I got the I think what I got here was a sliding dash, which is just, you know, when you slide through and just attack with the Keyblade. So yeah, so you lose the first card that you picked. So yeah, whenever you use slates, the first card that actually comes up, it disappears, and so you won't be able to reload it. So I would probably recommend using, like, you know, probably use a low number card for that though, and then as long as the rest gets up to higher numbers for those other cards. Or you can also use the friend cards as well, since they're kind of like a one-time kind of use, like, you know, especially with either with Donald or Goofy or whichever kind of party members you have here. And so yeah, I kind of stopped myself with the whole leveling system. And so yeah, I was trying to talk about. Oh, we got the Simba card. So yeah, I do want to show off the Simba card at least. And so we got the Key of Guidance. Yeah, you sometimes get some summon cards as well. So so when it comes to leveling up, usually you get some kind of options, like, you know, with HP boost, CP boost, or basically like card points. Yeah, so whenever you see your deck here, then you can only be able to stack up the amount of cards that you stock up your deck is actually limited here. So you have to stack up the cards where, you know, up to where it's the maximum amount. But if you level up your CP or your card points, then you can actually be able to stock up more cards for your deck. And because of that, I would say it's definitely recommended to actually you know, level up more of your CP first, or, you know, kind of prioritize your CP though, but at the same time, you don't really want to neglect your HP though, because later on the Heartless are going to get stronger though. And so the third one is definitely the slates. So sometimes when you reach a certain level up, the slates you'll actually be able to upgrade your slates. And so whenever you see it, you want to make sure to level up your slates as well. So one thing I would recommend you do is that, you know, like, you know, let's see, for instance, well, I just want to go and say it right here. So I would definitely recommend that you, like I said, to prioritize your CP, like, you know, try to level your CP like at least 3 times and then go for the HP. When I first played Chain of Memories for the GBA, I kind of went in like my own kind of pattern where, you know, I went for, you know, HP and then CP and then HP and then CP and so on and so forth. But then, you know, as you actually kind of get more comfortable, or, like, you know, get more of the hang of playing Chain of Memories, and, you know, you probably want to get to where that you want to make sure to level up your CP more often though. But again, make sure you don't neglect your HP as well, because, you know, that's also pretty important. And it's actually where I show off Simba. So what Simba does is that what he'll do is that he uses his Mighty Lion Roar, and so it depends on whichever range there are. So so whenever the Heartless are close to within the vicinity of Simba's Roar, then he basically nukes them all with all that here. So yeah, Simba's pretty useful for that here. So it's definitely it is definitely a good starter choice. You know, and definitely great to actually, you know, being able to pick up the Simba card pretty early. So so yeah, that's actually real nice. You know, very early in the game we already get the Simba card for us to use here. But yeah, make sure you just hit those flagpoles here if you're gonna get some HP ores and all that. It's definitely important as well. But yeah, like I said, I would definitely recommend that you and this is what I'm gonna try to do as well, is by using the like, you know, just using my leveling my CP as much as I could though, but also just you know, level up your HP as well, especially for later on when it gets a little harder and the difficulty actually progresses. And look at that, we got another card, another Kingdom Key right here. And also the Kingdom Key for the Keyblades isn't the only thing that we're having here. We'll definitely get some other different kinds of Keyblades, you know, based on the different keychains that we'll have. Alright, it's level 5 here. I probably could have used the CP boost more, but I think for now while I'm in Traverse Town, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, just kind of start with, you know, getting my HP a bit. But then once we get to the next few worlds, then I'll definitely just use my CP a bit more. But what I'll do is that I'll actually just use my level up my CP 3 times each, and then get to the HP. Now, if I do see a chance for leveling up a slate, then I go for that one as well. So if you ever see a chance to level a slate, then, you know, just go for the slate as well. And we also have another door here. So as you can see here, I'm already getting some trophies for you know, for the first time here on the PS4. And that's because, I actually, since for one thing, I've really played Chain of Memories for Rechain of Memories for quite a while. And so, I actually still have a copy of 1.5 on the PS3, and I actually did play Rechain of Memories on that one, though. But, since well, for one thing, I am very much mixed on this game, though, for a lot of reasons, and so I haven't played for a while, though, so I'm actually just now playing this game on the PS4. And I actually decided to want to play the PS4, or play on the PS4 instead of the, the PS3 for, well, for reasons I'll definitely get to, though, but... next up, we have plot regression, so we want to get a card with a value of 3, and then the key of guidance. But yeah, you'll run 2 color cards here, so you want to make sure that you use the color card that matches whichever color border there is, though. But if it's like, white borders, then you can actually use any kind of color card there is. And there's Aerith. And yeah, those of you who don't know, those are characters from the Final Fantasy series, so... Aerith, have you forgotten me, too? I don't know whether to say nice to meet you or good to see you again. I don't think I know you, but I still feel like you belong here. Yeah, exactly. Like, we've never met, but it still doesn't feel weird knowing your name. But I'm telling you, we have met. We took on the Heartless together. We were a team. It feels like you're right, but I can't remember. Then I guess you won't remember what you told me. In Hollow Bastion, when I sealed the keyhole. We may never meet again. But we'll never forget each other. See? You do remember. He's right, Leon. I remember you saying that too. I guess I can't write it off as a coincidence then. I don't have any memory of it, but somehow I still remember. I think your heart is doing the remembering for us. My heart? We don't know you, Sora, but your heart is full of memories of us together. Those memories must resonate in our hearts too. Maybe they tell us things we couldn't otherwise know. So you're saying that Sora's memories are affecting ours? His memories do seem to have a certain power. Maybe it's like that guy said then. This town is just an illusion, something my memories created. And there's someone special to you in this town? How did you... Ah, I get it. My memories are resonating with yours, telling you what happened. Yeah, a friend of mine is somewhere in this town. I mean, Castle Oblivion. Castle Oblivion? What's that? There aren't any castles in here. That's not quite what I mean. You're still not sure what's going on yourself, right? Right. We just got here, after all. I want to take a better look around. Then go have a walk around town. There are Heartless, but that's no problem for you. So, you know I can fight? I can't say I know, but I feel like believing you. Let's leave it at that. Yeah, this whole thing is just like, hey, I don't know. Oh, wait, yes, I do. Oh, wait, no, I know your names. It's such, I don't know. They won't bring this up again, but there is more to talk about that in the next episode, though, because, I'll rant more about it eventually, though. We're at the end of the video, but it's kind of stupid, honestly, though. So, yeah, but, again, I'll just rant about it. So, anyway, next time, let's play Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. We're going to finish up the rest of Traverse Town, and maybe we'll see some answers, though. Oh, God, it feels so redundant. Why are we even doing this? I don't know. I'll see you guys next time.